I won't be paying attention for about a minute here.
Okay. That's on the board?
Just sharing this a couple places.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, we're back. Headed over the east side. Got a number of shots fired calls. I think we'll go out 7th Street. Pardon my chewing while I devour this ham and cheese.
I'm gonna call back to Penn. I'm gonna DLC now in Randolph. Because I didn't know the car place. Squad it back at Snelling and Randolph. .111. We're just adding comments. We'll be in out.
Hey, by the way, while we were on that quick break there, got a call that said we had 2,000 live simultaneous viewers tonight. Well, there's Susie, by the way, on our left. So thank you for your interest. Genuinely appreciated. That's a milestone for us to have 2,000 simultaneous viewers.
Yes, it is.
It's an honor. It really is an honor to have you ride with us. Both Pat and I are surprised at the level of interest. Probably because we've been doing this our whole lives, but just appreciate it.
Very pleasantly surprised. And it's overwhelmingly been a positive response.
And we thank you for that. Just joined us, we had a number of interesting calls tonight. Part of this is just seeing human behavior, in terms of how people behave. It's a great education for young kids how not to use alcohol. That's the one thing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Best guess is it'll still stay busy here for a couple hours.
Sure has the feel. We're southbound on St. Peter, coming into downtown St. Paul, just crossed Interstate 94.
We've got a car up here on Energy Park that could assist me with a tow.
Oh, we got one of those racers.
Mm-hmm.
Racers, if you're out there on Energy Park, we are going to come for you. By the way, we got to go down to McGovern's first before we go.
Yes, we do.
What's your car?
Check out McGovern's closing.
Slow down.
Oh man, there's a lot of potholes down there. They must have seriously delayed some of that street maintenance.
There were some places, some people had requested we swing by tonight that we just haven't been able to because we've been pretty busy tonight going to calls. So
Yeah, we
please
really,
be understanding.
we really want to get by those places. That's why I say we should have a day cruise sometime and just roam around. What's the activity? I mean, honestly, most of the criminal activity doesn't start till 2 in the afternoon.
Right.
I mean, it's more and more now. It's earlier. Since the COVID, it's been earlier, but I mean, it's just a real simple thing. Oh, I hear some racing down on Shepherd Road. I was using that for racing too.
Ah.
I did get a call from somebody who asked us to stop down there and check that out. So maybe when we leave McGovern's, we'll go down Shepherd Road and see what's happening with racing down there.
Sure.
That is, I bet that is an appealing site to race. You can hear it. Sounds like the old State Fair. You know, the State Fair used to have racing at the grandstand. When I was little. Used to be a highlight. Watch this. Wow.
329 and 312.
I was going to use the siren just to make a funny joke, you know, but
329.
I won't.
12.
762 East Magnolia for a loud party.
Don't want to scare her too bad. She's standing in the middle of the street trying to take a
Right.
picture.
329.
There's a lot of people with alcohol in them here already, right? Totally right.
312.
50.
Well, what's the name of that bar that just closed there?
Right
Across the
there.
street.
Eagle Street.
No. Eagle Street's on the corner. It's a new one.
Oh, okay.
Truck or something?
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be a. I'll be shocked if there isn't another little argument out here, huh?
Well, we got a pretty good crowd.
Yep.
The patio's full.
10 minutes, they'll be shooing them out.
This might be a good spot to
Squad 316.
wait till they close.
316.
7th Street Truck Park. That's the name of it. Thank you, viewer.
Oh.
1166 East 7th in the alley. There's a loud party.
Robbie.
Well,
55 minutes.
gentlemen,
660.
so we'll let them know we're here. That might reduce, just put a few lights on, sort of reduce the possibility of.
What's going
Like I said, a lot of energy. Probably be a St. Paul car down here at close, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Any St. Paul cars are listing. There's a lot of energy down here at 7th and Chestnut. It wouldn't hurt to make a trip by here in the next 5. How's it going, gentlemen?
What's that?
Is that the bouncer that was yelling, or who was that?
I couldn't hear you yell over the stereo.
Bob and Pat.
Hey!
I love the show.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks a lot.
Can I talk to you for a second? I really appreciate all the I walk around downtown at night, and I appreciate like all the info that you guys give while you're doing your show,
Thank you.
and I really like it.
I appreciate
That's all I
it.
got for you.
Well,
What's your name?
We appreciate it.
Matt.
Well, we appreciate
I'm
it.
Pat.
We never know if it's going to be good or not. So
Well, it's good.
we just keep. Thank you.
I'm sure I'll see you guys walking around.
All right. Thanks
All
a
right,
lot.
take care. Have a
Thanks
good night.
You too.
That was nice.
Yeah. Very nice.
Just plant ourselves on the same corner.
Is that a fight or just an argument?
They're hugging.
Okay. Guys logging into the scooter to get his ride home.
Case number 180709.
I'm kind of feeling like maybe we get
Copy, thank you.
a more intimate connection on the other side over there. What do you think? You know, I like this spot, but I can't see any faces. I'm gonna go drive through the.
Or we could just take that one right there.
Yeah, that's not a bad spot. We can drive through the lot too, and I want to see that parking lot. But this is a good spot here too. I think we gotta let them know that we're actually the police, just to keep them calmer. See, they pull out of that lot over there. So we're in front of McGovern's. Remember, like I said, that Domino's guy, he gets away with everything. He's just trying to make a living.
How you doing?
Oh, they're going to Ellery's. Did you hear it?
Yep.
316.
Everybody go to Ellery's.
I have loud music. 202 Bridalwood.
Copy.
I want.
I don't think they're all going to fit in there.
Oh, looks like they kicked
Couple
her
got
out.
out, yeah.
How you doing?
In a way, it's a little closer than we like to be. I suppose we're a little. Normally, we wouldn't be quite this close, right? Something hit something. But you get the full experience.
Yep.
That's not to say we don't have options available if somebody gets unfriendly.
True that.
There goes the Dodge Challenger.
3 on 1. Traffic.
303.
Oh,
Snelling.
that's probably why the driver got out.
Off of Whiskey Golf.
How does he know that? There's no plate on it. Oh, the plate's down there. Yeah, got it.
Oh, thanks.
That explains the.
Change of drivers.
Copy.
Is she gone now or is she still in there?
Somebody's still in there.
Oh, yeah, switch.
Maybe, yeah, they switched drivers. Smart.
No, I have to drive them home. So I a while. Oh, okay. 7 o'clock. Oh, gosh, you're right.
Well, what do we think? here for a minute? Or?
Yeah, I think we should sit here for a minute. Let the lot empty out over there a
I don't
little
want
bit.
someone to pull in that spot. But on the other hand, I didn't know they served marijuana here. Maybe that's just the incense. What do you think? These two ladies, they must be waiting for an Uber.
You're just over here.
Yeah, I think they must have crossed this. Well, should we pull through that parking lot maybe once? What do you think?
I think we better let them.
Oh, guys.
Hey,
Hey, how we doing?
good.
Sheriff Fletcher.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good.
Good to see you. Oh, you got something for me there? What do you got?
my name is Joe Payne. I'm the general manager over at
Oh,
Truck
it's a truck?
Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you
Oh,
ever
good.
need anything, please let me know.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate
This
you
looks like
coming down
I
and
haven't-
filming this.
I haven't been in there, but it looks like a really nice
Yeah.
place.
No, I appreciate you bringing some attention to how crazy things have been down
Yeah.
here. I know you guys are doing your best. but
Well, if we
it's-
give it a little bit of red lights around,
yeah,
you know,
but I feel
slows
like
things
your
down.
Facebook feeds they've been helpful. They're definitely bringing attention to one, what's going on down here and how crazy it is,
Yeah.
what you guys are up against,
Yeah.
and what we're dealing with.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate
Thank you.
that.
yeah, and
Well, We'll stop in there.
I hope we're not contributing to the problem.
No,
we
no.
try not to.
Well, I mean, there's a nice balance there. People have to have fun and enjoy themselves, but still be responsible on their
Yeah.
way home.
Right. Yeah.
So if we can help them, we're like parents. You know, we're kind of like out here watching them. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody, when they consume that amount of alcohol, they need a little beer,
Agreed.
right?
You would think so. And hopefully, when the XL opens back up, we
Yeah.
get a little bit more balance down here, and
Yeah.
everything smooths out a little bit. But
Are you closing at 1 normally, like Pat
Yeah.
is here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we started closing at 1 first because
Yeah.
things were getting so crazy over here.
Right.
We have security.
Yeah.
We try to be as compliant as possible,
Right.
but you've seen it.
Yeah, and
you know,
then
you know
then
what's
a
going
lot of your
on.
clientele leaves and goes to Allery's afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's where we'll head as soon as you're closed out here.
Sure.
All right,
Yeah.
but really great of you. What's your first name?
Joe.
Joe, it's on here?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you ever need anything, my email, my cell is on there.
Thank
Just
you.
let me know.
Thank you very much.
Just wanted to say I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank
Have
you.
a
Nice
good
to,
night.
nice to meet you. Thank you. Well, that was kind of him.
Yeah.
Always good to know that the business owners appreciate us, huh?
For sure.
How's it going? I don't think there's many cars left in here, but we'll just make a quick run through.
And it's also nice to hear the validation of that it's not something we're just making up.
Right.
There are some issues
Right.
down here.
Right. Well, and you want businesses to thrive and have clientele. You just want to make sure that the problems aren't magnified at the end. And the end of the night is always tough for people. I mentioned before, a lot of guys are hoping to hook up with a woman when that doesn't happen.
Giving a courtesy ride to an adult male, 2020 East Franklin.
Now that he's take care for another 5 or 10, huh?
Yeah.
I think I'll pull over on that. Watch them both. Oh, thank you. I think she said thank you for your service, right?
I couldn't even hear it. Closed, folks.
Well, it's good they both close at the same time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine everybody running over from one bar to the other bar?
Mm-hmm.
There's an amazing number of cars without plates on. You know? What was that flag?
Couldn't tell what the flag was.
What do we got? Channel 1 here. I got channel 3. You got 2 maybe on?
I think I do.
Normally we scan some channels, but with the Maplewood incident being a little more confidential, we're not scanning. So when we don't scan them all, we could reprogram everything, but we're trying to do individual channels on individual radios. So anyhow, yeah, we're gonna stop over at that. What's it called? The truck.
7th Street Truck Stop.
Truck. And that's what's it say? Truck Park.
Truck Stop.
Track. What's that say on that sign there?
Oh, Truck Park.
Truck Park.
Truck Park. My bad.
Yeah. It's got. Yeah, it looks like a really nice place. I've been admiring it. But is Reed's open or closed when we went by there?
I think it was closed.
This is probably the most active area for, nightlife in St. Paul right now, right? Wouldn't you
I
say?
would think, yeah, definitely.
Bergamo's, Reed's, Casetas. I mean, Caseta is busy all day long, but not so much late at night. But all I really need is one car kind of a sign down here for a half hour. Is that
It's
is that Challenger
That's
again?
that
or
Challenger again.
what? I mean, but it can't be the same one. He couldn't have come all the way back around, could he? Or was he the one that went that way? But there was.
I think he's the one who went that way. Becoming a pretty popular car.
Jesus Christ. I don't like that bus scraped that car. I don't know. I just. Oh, motorcycles. What the hell? They got some big screen TVs in that truck park. Look at that. See
No
those?
kidding. A
Yeah, it
small
takes up
movie
the whole
screen.
wall.
Clear advice with Central. And can you put me on a PSP as your start place?
I did happen to notice a comment asking if the sheriff's department has its own SWAT team, and yes, it does indeed.
Yes. So smaller suburban agencies, when they need a SWAT team, they'll call us.
123.
Of course, St. Paul Police Department has its own
123.
Big clear assisted with 111 and 171.
SWAT team as well.
Clear
So,
112.
at some point, we'll just hopefully it all resolves itself. SWAT call-ups are never fun.
Squad 316.
I mean,
316.
Clear on this.
Whoa.
motorcycle.
Yep.
Let's give him our front reds and maybe he'll.
316.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
58 or anything like that.
I think they were trying to lure us out of here. we're obviously not going to chase him. But I don't think he's that skillful of a driver anyhow.
He's pulling over.
Is it Outcast member? Oh, it might be a House Outcast member. Well, I got a long-term relationship with the Outcast, so we'll see how this goes. Tommy Veneman told me to stop you. Yep. He said you were going to be down here. Well, I am quite confident that very few of our viewers will understand exactly what just happened here. But rest assured that the point has been made and that won't happen again. And the criminal justice system will have benefited from that interaction.
Absolutely.
Is that a fair way to say it?
That's an excellent way to put it.
I don't know. So I've been chasing and arresting members of the Hell's Outcast since 1987. Back from their old president, James Catlin, Chink Bonniwell. Most recently, Tommy Veneman. Just for fun, I'll throw my old friend who never was a president, Tom Mazzoni, into the group. God bless you, Tom. I hope you're listening in Puerto Vallarta or wherever you're at. You can call me and yell at me if you want on the phone right now. But, Jimmy Dirks, Johnny Dirks, Michael Gorman. Michael Gorman went to jail for homicide for killing a guy in Bourne's Bar. Unfortunately, Michael blamed me for all of his worldly problems. And if he's listening, Michael, you know it wasn't my fault. But I'll tell you what really happens mostly is most people are good inside. They just can't get over that 5 to 15% of bad judgment, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's our job to help them move toward a smaller number, you know? So it's good that he stopped.
Yes, indeed. And as hard a time as Tom Mazzoni gives us for our dietary choices,
Right, yeah, we could
he
Yeah.
earned a bit.
yeah. So I think this is wrapped up here. We should go down on Shepherd Road for a minute, huh? See what's going on down there.
Yeah, we could zip down on the Shepherd Road and then
123, confirm
that'll
dangerous
take us
conditions,
right up
West area of Cleveland
on the
and Randolph.
downside from that.
Is in
They're
a
closing.
white Ford Taurus being followed by a white Toyota Corolla. Unknown who that party is.
123 otherwise.
Okay, advising on 117.
133 7th Street, 60 people in the street racing vehicles. That's us though. That's over with. That call should have came in 20 minutes ago. Well,
Maybe it's
I don't know, maybe it's on the other side.
right.
Well, I don't think so though, but we will go and
111, hold back 123.
Okay, 118.
316.
300 a copy to 946 Beach. Lower unit. Daughter's boyfriend pulled a gun on comp and choked comp's pregnant daughter. TC's working on further info.
make sure they don't fall over and hit us.
316, copy. Is the suspect still on scene?
TC is trying to
It's
get
all friendly.
Copy.
I think that might be your nurse from
300
Hudson.
copies. Can you send me that call, please?
copy.
Two 217. This will be a report 283 in County. The 190. 217, you can send us. You took to 790 Ottawa for disorderly. The caller's friend is refusing to leave.
I don't know if that
earlier.
133 7th, is it
White male,
7th?
That would
52
be-
years old, 5'5".
West
average
7th would be
build,
this
wearing a
block
white
right
shirt.
up here in front of us.
Get Carlos, 21, 22-year-old white male.
Maybe it was the people leaving the bar.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or the off-duty car could have called it in.
Good 123.
123, copy update. Council on the assistance.
Looks like caller just canceled.
Receive no VWC.
120.
Well, there's a fine balance between nightlife. I mean, if you're going to rev your cars,
217.
downtown is better than in the neighborhoods, right?
Disregard.
Through that.
No. So there's a fine line between revelry and criminality. Well, 133 would be right by Ellery's. That's what I was thinking. All the cars that left there, they came down here revving their engines by Ellery's. The thing is, I'm going to blame Minneapolis for this now, because that whole uptown problem with the cars, they take over the streets over there in Minneapolis.
Yep.
That whole way of street racing and street blockage has started in Minneapolis.
Good 123, confirmed noise complaint from address 1594 Van Buren.
So,
Anonymous caller reporting group of people outside having a loud party.
what the heck am I on? I'm on one still there. So, put that on 2. What are you? You're on 2, right? You can stay on 2. That's fine. Or no? What are you on?
I'll go to
1 or 3?
1.
All right, keep this on 3. So the problem is that the tactics that they're using over in Minneapolis are getting brought over here. The St. Paul street racing.
1316, the male is still on scene.
There's areas over there in Minneapolis where they block this. Cops don't even go into. That shooting in Uptown was, totally a chaotic mess.
And it was preceded by street racing.
Yes.
314 to 316, we're going to take the other.
So,
And then there's a man in downtown Minneapolis who's crippled for life over getting hit by a street racer.
yeah. Good point. I can hear them. Where do you think they are? You think they're on Shepherd or what?
I think they're on Shepherd.
Yeah, we got to get down there because they got a detail out on Energy Park Drive to catch them, but what the heck? No, they might be downtown. We got to find them. we gotta take them. They're gonna be street racing.
You know, some form of street racing has been going on for a long time here in town, but not like we're seeing now. This is a completely different. Completely different type of street racing.
Jesus, what do we get here? Looks like, is the bar closed or what? Or they're not letting them in?
Oh, they must have started closing at 1 also.
Well, that's a problem. Looks like the bar is closed. So now we got to figure out what's going to happen now. Well, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? So now they're all trying to figure out where to hook up.
315, suspect supposedly left. Female victim refused all police services.
How you doing?
Clear.
601, you can be clear.
Copy,
Good.
You guys
Started closing at 1, huh?
now?
Yeah, we started closing. Remember, I told you guys the next day. So last Saturday we started.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well, obviously the word didn't get out.
Tonight was the first night that it was busier.
Busy.
It was a really good move for the first 6 days. It helped. It helped alleviate a lot of problems. Tonight we had a little busier, right around like 12:15, 12:20. Not as bad as last weekend and the week before, but now we got this problem. No one wants to listen to you, and they don't want to leave. And you walk up and you're like, "Hey man, we got neighbors," and then fuck you. Well, it just sucks.
Well, thankfully they're
Thanks
not.
for that. Get home safe.
Anybody
That's
been
not-
yelling about
you know,
where
it's
they're going to
nice
go
of you to
next?
worry about your neighbors. It's nice.
We try to be good neighbors, right? No,
Squad 111.
there's no place to go in downtown anymore.
No.
No.
Not no.
I mean, it's sad that I had to come to that, but it is what it is now.
Yep.
And you can send us a suspicious activity.
I don't know. Was Bourne staying open till 2? You think?
Who?
Bourne's? Rice Street?
I don't know. I don't get that far.
No, I was wondering. Oh, there's Matt. Walking around.
Traffic.
Pat or Matt? Was it Pat?
Matt.
Pat, that's it.
How was your night tonight?
Busy.
Really?
Yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah.
Was there some action down here called Blocks Away about 2 hours ago?
Yeah, that was at the Super America, I think, where the cop called for help.
Yeah. Well, it just, yeah.
The Speedway.
You know, there's a group down there that's always there.
Yep.
You know, we just came from McGovern's.
They're
Hey, oh.
closing up too, right?
One, yeah, McGovern's in Truck Park. There was a big crowd, that, just like you have here, but all that energy just goes somewhere. We thought they were coming here.
In fact, they were yelling, "Allery's next, Allery's." So good thing you're
Thank
closing.
God we got heavy bolts in our doors.
There you go.
We're gonna go try to find some street racers. You can hear them around here, can't you?
Yeah, you know what? And I saw them driving home the other day. It was a couple nights ago I was driving, or afternoon I was leaving here, and they were on bikes racing up and down Shepherd.
We're gonna go to Shepherd. We've had complaints about that.
You guys stay
All
safe,
right.
all
All
right?
right, thank
Hey,
you.
thanks.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
too. Thank you. Give you a little, you know. We should play the song "Closing Time." We gotta get a PA, Pat. We
Yeah.
gotta get
Oh,
a PA.
you don't have a PA, huh?
No, we gotta get a PA. We
Yeah,
gotta
you
play
got to
the
get a
movie.
PA put here.
Closing time. Yeah, that would be good. I think we gotta do that. Get a PA. That's my next priority. Get a PA. But let's go down on. I mean, people have called about Shepherd Road, but just never really had any past experience with racing down there. But we'll find out. So we're south on Jackson from 7th Street. This is 7th Place.
Right. That
That guy's driving the alleys, huh?
yeah.
Car went into a portal.
There's Bob Evans, sir, for the Master 1264 Hazelwood.
You gotta admit.
308.
Just disappeared.
Yep. With that apparition that we saw in Maplewood.
Squad 31, sir.
People are still talking about that
Copy.
because they saw it too.
Yep.
And it was really, really weird that
165.
that video disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a strange sequence of events. Oh yeah, okay. Before we do this, Kellogg Square, if you're there, we're gonna drive by one time. We need to see your face out on the balcony, Kellogg Square.
If you've got a flashlight in Kellogg Square, shine it out the window or off your deck
Or at least yell it.
when you yell
Now,
when you yell my
there's a
name.
15-second delay on this, so we're gonna have to slow down. Make sure that you get time to get to his window.
Yes.
All right. Maybe even a little slower. Somebody's been yelling Pat's name out the window every time we drive by here. It's a little late now tonight, so who knows, but it's a Friday. There he is.
Where are you?
Which floor are you on? Hey, thanks. Where are you? What floor? Thanks for watching. We just wanted to give you a shout out for being a good viewer. Pat says hi. Oh, there you have it.
329.
What floor are you on? I'm not telling.
That's all right. We don't want to invade your privacy. We just wanted to be able to see your head up there somewhere.
129.
129.
Emergency report. 910 101. Big Marks West.
Yeah, 131.
That Kellogg Square apartment is probably a good location to let us know when there's racers down there on Shepherd
Do we
Road.
have anybody up
Yeah.
on Capitol Hill anymore?
Could give us a heads up when you hear racing down there.
271 negative. Minneapolis was going to do a search warrant. Copy that. Just wanted to make sure that Minneapolis had it. Thank you.
So that Capitol Square,
131.
that Capitol Avenue call for help was assisting Minneapolis in arresting a suspect and then doing a search warrant at that location. And so they're still there conducting the search warrant. And obviously it wouldn't be over here at this time of night if it wasn't a serious offense. So they had several people shot tonight. I don't know if you were reading those feeds over there in Minneapolis tonight.
Oh boy. Minneapolis is having a rough year.
300.
Can you check your messages?
Copy that.
Yeah, you know, the cars have been going call to call. It's been a very busy night for them. There's still a ton of calls in the queue. And this is, you know, as an example, we were sitting down there on 7th Street, and normally if they didn't have something to do, they would have a proactive police visit. But they're just too busy going call to call to really do some of that proactive work that they'd like to do.
Right.
So there's numerous calls still in the pending queue waiting to be dispatched.
That's a pretty view along the river.
Gorgeous. You know what? It reminds me. Right here, this is where the old jail was.
Yep.
Right here, this is where the old jail was. They tore it down. And you know, they used to have the fireworks over at Harriet Island. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Over here. So, in 2004, my wife and I came down right here and sat right in here to watch the fireworks. July 4th. And I waited till the fireworks were up in the air, and that's when I proposed to her.
No kidding.
Yeah, July 4th. I proposed to her on July 4th. And it was some, crazy metaphor about, the big white fireworks, a little card, and so thankfully she said yes.
And here you are.
I'm the luckiest man around.
You are a very fortunate
This is where
man.
the fireworks were. And then also, by the way, 1992, I worked on the Ice Palace over there with Tommy Keller and Keller Construction. That was the Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl. That was an amazing architectural feat.
Buffalo Bills and Washington Redskins, if I remember correctly.
Was that who it was? I don't remember the game.
It's the only Super Bowl I ever went to.
That was the old Metro. Was it called the Metrodome then? Before they called?
Humphrey. Hubert Humphrey. Metrodome.
Are you thinking of the airport?
Or, what was the name of that? The Metrodome.
Well, all seems to be quiet down on Shepherd Road. The Riverview Upper Landing, they've done some amazing things down here to build some residence along this river compared to what it used to be like. My father wouldn't really mind me telling this story, but Shepherd Road has got a significant history for me. My dad was a wonderful man, a hard-fought Marine, and a good God-fearing Christian, and raised me through Boy Scouts to be a good person. But one of the things is on weekends he might drink a little more than average, okay? We're talking back in the 60s,
Sure.
A lot of people drank, and so when we'd come home from my uncle's house down on Stewart and 7th, we would always drive up Shepherd Road, okay? Shepherd Road along the river. Well, in the old days, Shepherd Road was literally along the river. There weren't many barriers. There was a couple little, wires, guide wires there. And I would be in the back, and my dad would be intoxicated. I'm like 10 years old. We're talking 1965. And the entire way back, my dad's on Shepherd Road because we lived out in Maplewood then. My mom's yelling, "Bob, you're gonna kill us! You're gonna kill us!" And so the poor little kid I would just hide on the floor in the back seat, saying, "Please God, don't let us go in the river," on the river. And so I loved going to see my aunt and uncle, but I hated the ride home. And we never went in the river. But that was part of my fear growing up of never drinking. So I never started drinking, and it's ironic thing. My dad was a reasonable drinker as time went on, but back in the 60s, people were more likely to drive intoxicated.
Oh, yeah.
And another memory on Shepherd Road, President Johnson came here once. My neighbor Jerry Hingley brought me right down here on Shepherd Road to wave to President Johnson. Only it was right after Kennedy had been shot and killed.
Right.
And so they got rid of the open cars. They were total closed up tanks with black windows. We waved at the cars going by, but we couldn't see the president. But I said, "Oh, that was President Johnson." Which car? So anyhow, it's funny how life, you think about those memories. I still to this day about how we as parents can impact our children by what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And you just got to be conscious of those impacts. What do you think that is there? It looked official.
Sure did.
Indiana Boulevard, the Best Western disorderly. Guest has someone with them who's not supposed to be there. Has come in the past, typically carries a blade, but no weapons have been seen today. Name of Derek. Federal flag male, 9 to the average build, wearing a white hoodie.
I have to find out if
Side door is
people
outside
can
the
be
building.
down here late at night.
Enroll.
138.
I don't know if they can be here. Somebody's chasing somebody on the freeway. Yep. Now we gotta figure out what's going on. Shoot.
Somebody just said that's the van that picks up scooters.
Oh, interesting.
And somebody also confirmed that yes, it was the Heward H. Humphrey Metrodome.
Okay, you got it right.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. There's definitely some type of pursuit taking place. Oh, there they go. State Patrol, southbound on 52. There's another one. But we don't have their frequency on. And they are going to be out of the county in a short time frame. Scooter van. Well, that's nice that somebody would tell us that. Well,
Yeah.
we got better patrol partners out there than anywhere.
No kidding.
Love it. So this is all filled up with water when the floods come, right up to about here.
Yep.
I want to tell you what, we're so lucky the weather's good for some of these unsheltered. How's it going? Sometimes people like us better when we turn the lights on. Get a little fearful of us when we don't have them on. EBS, Echo Bravo Sierra 387. Is that one of ours, you think?
Not sure.
I don't know, I think so. Well, there ought to be a bed for people to sleep. Either a larger safe space, or you don't have to have residence for everybody, but we ought to be able to provide indoor warmth for people to sleep.
Yep.
That's the first building block in being able to change your life, is being adequately rested. Second one's being adequately fed. And then after that, you can begin working on the mental health issues, the addiction issues. You don't get enough sleep, can't really make progress. Well, now that Valerie's is closing at 1, we might not have as much to do.
This is true.
One more trip through the east side, huh?
Yeah.
And call it a night. That
Well.
that guy probably doesn't realize he's going the wrong way. We're gonna have to alert him. It's easy to make that mistake. We'll help him turn around here.
Hey, We're going to block for you so you can do a U-turn. You're going the wrong direction. All right.
Put your foot on the brake for a minute.
Yeah, hit the brake. Hit the brake.
We'll block the road for you. Turn around.
We're going to block. You do a U-turn.
Spots for 0200 DOT.
We're gonna get him turned around before
Yeah,
you
I know.
go. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Central squads for 0200 DOT, squad 260. 260,
I've done that myself
271.
once or twice on this road.
271.
Especially since they did all the construction down here and put in the light rail, it can be confusing.
179.
283 OT.
188.
188. Negative response, 283.
Anyone else for 0200 DOT?
283. And 286. 286.
Okay, I'm gonna 144.
Any other squads for 0200 DOT? 8 cop. 150, I believe 175 still in jail. Copy, any others?
Okay, thank you. 144.
Negative response, have a good night, 144. Squad 226. 226.
Handsome hog.
I'll be clear from admin.
That was
details.
their former space.
Yeah, where are they up in Selby now, or where?
Yep. Right at Selby and Western.
Yeah, Rev Spence said he
144.
ate there last night for dinner.
It is wonderful. The chef owner there, Justin Sutherland, who was one of the winners of Top Chef.
Here's our buddy from last night, maybe, huh? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think there's a...
This guy,
Is he peeing?
66 traffic.
No.
166.
Not the guy from last night.
Alpha Victor, Papa 515.
you okay?
145.
What happened?
We can't give you a ride, but walk to the shelter.
I'll show you on my leg.
What happened?
I don't know, whatever the doctors did down there, they ain't doing right.
Oh, you already saw the doctor?
No,
What's wrong with your leg?
I don't know, it's bleeding, though. Huh?
Is it bleeding, you said? Or not?
First squad,
It is bleeding?
For a hit and run, 485 Belvedere
Yes.
Street.
Let me see.
Caller stated she walked outside and noticed a male was pinned in between her car and another car. She went in to get her phone and then came back, and all the parties had left.
Ask him where his home is.
Where do you live? Where do you live at?
On the west side.
On the west side?
First squad,
Why don't you pull your
Brooklyn
shorts
County
up?
Dispatch.
It'll help you walk.
Okay.
Northbound, our County Road 5.
There you go. Yeah, you're not bleeding.
Negative response.
But it's cut.
Who wants that one?
It's stitched up already?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be a 5.
Where's his home?
After that call.
Look.
The west side.
We can see it from now.
I can see it from here.
Well, we would call you a medic, but if it's already stitched up, they're not going to do anything.
No.
No, they're not going to do anything. You just got to find a way to get home. Do you know where Dorothy Day is or not?
What?
You know where the Dorothy Day is?
Any calls, we can have some of our detail squads, such as Mirrors
No, I
Park,
don't.
assist on those for now, and then they can go back out.
I don't know what we're going to do with that fella. He's not cut.
Copy.
He's
We
not
can have one of them
cut.
break. 899 Rice
he's-
Street at Warren.
The thing is, he's clearly intoxicated.
2 black males were kicking in windows on a vehicle, unknown if that vehicle was occupied.
He's
Also
one
no
of the
vehicle.
group that hangs here on the corner at the Super America. These are a pair of his shoes out here. We got a whole group of homeless that don't have a place. There's not enough room for the at the safe space. which is where they all
I just heard
belong.
about 8 or 9 gunshots coming from the area of Raspberry Island.
Raspberry Island.
Copy. Several shots heard near Raspberry Island.
So this is where he'll end up.
So 2, I copy.
148.
Here's off.
228.
Myself and 224 will divert to 226, and then we'll head back up there when we're clear.
228, copy.
2400, is there a coast officer or squad available?
I don't show any on the board, but check in channel 2 for an available coast unit. Check in channel 2 for coast.
It's just too many damn people down here that are homeless. Too many.
Negative response. 2400, we'll check other channels.
Thank you.
149.
He's moving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. Keep an eye on him, make sure he gets somewhere safe. There's just so many people down here. Looks like they only work. Someone just sent me a text. The coast unit would help sort of the
Transit 239.
homeless and mentally
Transit 229.
impacted by all this.
Area Raspberry Island. On Wabasha, hit a motorcycle set. With the gunshots coming right underneath the bridge.
Copy. Motorcycle and stated gunshots were coming under the bridge.
Vehicle fleeing eastbound on the railroad tracks at 4th and Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Copy. Vehicle fleeing on the railroad tracks, 4th and Jackson.
Eastbound, you said?
Yeah,
223, 10 send me the shots fired.
should be good here. We should
226, copy.
be seeing him shortly.
226, I copy on the road.
Copy.
Jackson's too old.
224 would be Minnesota, 864, King Hotel Victor.
Where are you?
Clear.
Copy. And dispatch calling 10-2. 450.
I hear the siren. Should be coming up.
Where are you?
What's your updated location?
228, we're on 4th, just east of Jackson.
Copy. 4th east of Jackson.
And the car's now disabled. You might as well notify transit to stop any trains if they're still running.
Copy. Vehicle is disabled. 150.
Oh, is it ever disabled?
202, King
Clear, right?
202, copy.
Yeah, we're going to be just west of the platform. And we're going to need to
Yeah,
we'll coordinate with St. Paul first.
that's
Copy. So
disabled.
holding 10-2 at 151.
Yeah, I'm definitely disabled. Well, then, this is another prank that you gotta do, huh? So that was a chase of somebody that fled one of our squads. But unfortunately for her, it was a short chase because, as you can see, unbeknownst to
224
me,
seconds left status.
there's a large open
Code
area
4, cancel 10-2.
in the tracks there.
Code 4, clear in the area.
And so her squad, or her car, fell into about a 12-inch hole. Would you say that, Pat?
Yeah, that's about a
Additional
12-inch.
shots fired in the area of George and Winslow. We do have 2 callers reporting 9 to 10 shots.
I think we can get
Occurred
out of
within the
here.
last 5 minutes. 1 caller did hear a vehicle shot west on George.
And now we're driving on the tracks too.
But we're not going to fall into a foot-deep
Oh
hole.
no.
224.
Can you stick your head out the window and say chew?
3 transits on pursuit. So stand by here. I'll be clearing soon.
Okay then.
228. The deal on the track is not associated with the shots fired.
That's what I was wondering. That was what happened. We kind of thought maybe the car was associated with the shots fired. It wasn't.
Would you call Fargo quick and see if they can take a couple photos of the vehicle for me after this come back?
Shots fired. Affirm, it's unrelated. Copy that, thank you. 155.
You're still south. See, what is this, Redwood County 11?
Yeah, I used to, that chase is still going on down there. I don't know if it can be that far.
Passing 305th Street on County 11.
305th Street.
Whoa. So they finally moved to LTAC 1.
Speed's about 100.
Speed at 100.
Speeds of 100.
Past 300.
Just passing 300.
I'm going to check the shots fired at Raspberry Island. The guy did say that the shots were coming right from underneath the bridge. So then there was some more shots fired.
615 Redwood units. Where is your location?
It might be Redwood County. Where the heck is Redwood County?
We're just coming through the res at 2 and 13.
I think that's west.
Copy. Passing 290th, still southbound.
Is this bridge open now?
290 is still
I think
southbound.
so.
It hasn't been open for ages.
You might want to notify Brown County. You probably go south of Morgan.
Okay. Is he yelling out the window again? That's funny.
Hey, did you hear those shots?
Did he say he's playing?
Put back on the shots fired. Looks like we're continuing County 11 on the curve, out westbound on that.
See you next time.
Two two eight out of Raspberry Island.
157.
Oh.
Passing Saratoga, speeds of 110.
Yeah, I wouldn't have enough gas to get to that chase. So I don't know. This is the way I usually go in. Is this where they're thinking, or along the river, then down to? I don't know. There's an entrance down here.
363, 615, 708 myself are just passing 305th on County 2.
I gotta admit.
I think it's.
Copy, we're now
Isn't it off of
southbound County 2.
Wabasha?
Yeah, it is, but there's a.
Southbound County 2.
I think there's a walkway down here. Maybe it's enclosed now. We used to be able to get in down here and then
224.
go to
224.
drive up on top of that
To be advised, transfer ahead. Put me on shots
How many
first.
miles back are you if you're at
Might be closed off now, but I used to just drive right down here and get on their walkway.
Oh, okay.
But,
just passing Dakota Ridge?
but I'm not saying we're going to be successful at this.
Speed 110 again.
Speed 110.
There's definitely a walkway there, but it looks a little more improved than the days that I used to drive down here. Like they might not want cars on it.
South pass 270.
South passing 270.
Yeah, we'll go to-
Georgia. Georgia. Get enough cars on the Raspberry Island to send a couple of those up to the George and Winslow. Shots fired.
Good call, Sarge.
The Redwood cars, just you know, we're not passing some traffic going northbound. Watch out.
Because that one came in after this.
Passing traffic northbound.
We're going to squad it back, 223 as well.
223.
Straight gun.
We're now coming into the city of Morgan.
Morgan, Minnesota.
Coming to the city of Morgan.
Check on your phone where that chase is.
Yeah.
City of Morgan. It's in Redwood County. And we're monitoring it up here. If anybody's from Morgan, Minnesota.
2400 on channel 2.
Go ahead.
Sorry for that delay. We got a negative response from Code Sun on channels if you were still
Southbound on
looking.
French Street.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Let's run here.
Well, let's go to shots fired.
On here. This is their main street going past Bartlett.
If you're from Morgan, Minnesota and Redwood Falls,
Southbound Main Street. Past
there's a chase there right on Main Street.
Westbound 3rd Street.
State troopers are
Westbound on
chasing.
3rd.
Westbound on 3rd.
There's us. There's Morgan.
Okay, so
It's like,
Northbound Carlton.
west of Mount, between Mankato
Westbound
and
Carlton.
Marshall.
yep.
I wonder what he's wanted for. So because of the 800
Northbound back out of town.
800 megahertz radio system,
I'm going back out of town.
a complex computerized
Redwood County
system,
on 2.
we can monitor him from here because he's
Yeah,
on
we're going north
a
on
merge
2.
channel.
10-4, more supercars. Let's try to get the spikes set up.
They're trying to get spike sticks set up on him. We are on the west side, which is actually south of St. Paul, but technically on the west side of the Mississippi River.
And completely distinct and separate from West St. Paul.
And distinct from the West Bank in the university area.
108, 109, I'm not like left side because north on 2.
He might end up coming back to the cities. I don't know. He might run out of gas. He's northbound now again.
South passing 270. Speed of 100.
We might have to go wait at 494. George and Winslow. Shots fired. Now again, it's guesswork when people call because they don't know where they're coming from. Little shot spotter over here.
Any more cars waiting to join this? Or is it everybody?
Any more cars waiting to join this, or is this everybody?
I think it's everybody for Redwood PD.
You know, we both had some good chases in our career, but I never was in a chase that lasted more than 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Never had one of those extended ones.
Really? Well, that's probably because you were pit maneuvering them earlier.
Pit maneuvering them before there was pitting.
I was in that infamous long one where the trooper shot the guy. It was a complete 1.5 loop around the 694 West 494 loop. Came out of Chisago. And several people pulled out because they ran out of gas. I had just happened to fill up before it started, so I was That was
Copy.
1995, but that was the longest one ever. And then, of course,
We're going westbound 300.
Westbound on 300?
Yep, he's listening. So next time you're going to holler out spikes, don't tell us exactly where it's at.
always listen to the
2 and 3, so you're clear.
police radio.
Affirmative.
2 and 3, I'm going to be en route to regions to release to 11.
On the slim chance that he's listening to us, which I don't think he can because there's a delay, we are going to turn that off for a little bit.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. Well, I don't think that was the case, but we'll check in with them in a few minutes. So we're going to drive the west side a little bit. We don't get over here much. Jeez, Pat, it's 2 o'clock already.
This night went pretty
What
fast.
the heck? Westbound on George. Judge Pharisee used to live right up here. Did you ever get any search warrant signed by him? Great man.
Yes, I did.
George, I don't know which house it was, but he used to come over here and get search warrants signed by the Honorable Judge Pharisee. Ohio Hill. Many people have been down there. Curves down to the bottom of the bluff, but I do gotta say that the High Bridge, of course, Smith Avenue goes across the High Bridge. Who knows what restaurant I'm thinking of as I go left here? Come on, viewers, which restaurant is to our left? Or was, I shouldn't say is. There it is.
Capitol View Cafe, a good spot for breakfast.
Yeah.
Good friend
That's
Danielle
right,
King.
Dave Colonel, that's right. Cherokee Steakhouse. Cherokee Steakhouse, thanks for sending us that.
Great spot.
Oh, that was one of my favorite places to eat.
Yep.
Great atmosphere. Great family-run business. Just enough class, you know, to make it feel special.
Mm-hmm.
You still had a bar next door. No, white tablecloths. I can literally taste the steak right now. Just kind of driving close.
Yeah.
Closer you get. I think they sold though, right? I'm not sure who bought them.
Did they keep the name?
We're gonna find out here in a minute, I
I
think.
think so. Yes, they did.
It's called the Cherokee
Cherokee
Tavern.
Tavern.
Cherokee Tavern here on Smith, just south of Annapolis.
Nice looking spot.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks great. I gotta come back here and see. What was the name of the owners? Dave. Some of our viewers, they were brothers. And their dad used to run it, but their brothers. Someone will text us. So Annapolis here is the southern border of St. Paul. technically right now we are in West St. Paul, the city of West St. Paul. And ahead of us there where we were was the west side of the west side. Casper's, yeah, the Casper brothers.
That's
what
there
it
you
was.
go.
Casper brothers. So you'll see when they designed this town originally, you see that Capitol in front of us there? Maybe you can't see it, but straight in front of us is the Capitol. So Smith Street lined up with the front of the Capitol. And then of course it ran into the High Bridge, and the High Bridge has been redone. You wonder why it's the High Bridge? Well, it's the highest bridge.
One of those self-explanatory names.
Yeah. It is. It's not really survivable. People have jumped from there, but because it's 120 feet, I don't know. It's not a 200 footer, but it's 100 plus, I think, at this end. And technically, if you landed just right and just in the location, you could probably survive it. But nobody's a professional diver that can land, just right. So a lot of people have died now.
Yep.
The bridge has been remodeled, so it's much more difficult to jump. But in the old days, a lot of people did jump. Well, there's that beautiful picture of the state
That
capitol.
is
We are
incredible view
I don't
of
know
the
if you
Capitol.
guys can see that, but we're headed straight down Smith Street, and across the river there is squared on. When they designed that whole Capitol complex, they had the cathedral and John Island Boulevard all in mind. I suppose maybe somebody thought this bridge could go straight across here, but obviously they decided to. But there it is. Can you see it on the?
You can see it, but there's no way you can appreciate how beautiful this view is.
No.
228, I can start further pending.
I might have to just drive closer. I don't know. It's. I don't know. It's out there.
You can tell it's the Capitol, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
228, squatted back, 963 Juneau Avenue for a disorderly. Caller says the male who used to work for him showed up and was demanding money with two other people. They left in a vehicle, unknown description, about an hour and a half delay.
Oh,
Comes up
well,
as a history of vehicle.
we won't be running in on that.
Yeah.
See, they put
What
higher,
did you
they
for?
put higher fences here that were difficult to climb. You see how there's no grate coming laterally?
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, that's by design.
That's all.
But it's a beautiful bridge. Well, look at that moon. Everybody look out your window in the west. It's about 5 degrees off the horizon. It's a big one.
It looks like he's dipping low on one side.
Yeah, that's the kind of call that if you had somebody that was threatening you and demanding money and they left in a car, in your mind you got to be wondering, well, are they coming back? What do I do now? And so, but it goes in the queue as the person left, so it's not a high priority. And to have so many calls there that an hour and a half delay before dispatching, it's a little bit like playing roulette. Most of the time it'll be fine. Well, when I say roulette, I mean Russian roulette. Most of the time it'll be fine, but 1/6 of the time it's not so good.
Right.
So.
And that just hour and a half is unacceptable. It's not anybody's fault except for how understaffed the police department is, but
We would go to that call if it was new. We're not really that far away. 900 block of Juneau, but there's no sense in going there an hour and a half later. It's amazing how many few cars have license plates on them, isn't it?
It's crazy.
And a lot of them have yellow tags, and of course there is a delay because of COVID and their registrations and plates being sent out. I can verify that for a fact. We can't even get our we can't even get our tabs.
What was that?
We can't even get our tabs for our squads. I heard a voice squeak over here. It sounded like a female.
Right down there.
Make sure she's okay. Nobody's going anywhere down the road.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh,
We heard loud female talking.
What did you say?
I said we heard loud female talking.
See you
later.
too.
Thank you.
Trying to get their scooter running.
I gotta admit, those scooters get a lot of use. I don't know if they're making money on them, but they get a lot of use.
Yeah, they do.
My wife and son used one to go to the fair. Well, you can picture this, okay? You know I'm a little more on the safety side, right? You know,
Right.
well, I like her to be safe. So they were gonna park remotely and go to the fair. We're talking last year, though, obviously. And so they couldn't find scooters around the fair. So they kept driving further till the only place they could find scooters was downtown. So they took scooters from downtown all the way to the fair.
You're kidding.
No. Yeah, you should tell her. Tell her. Scooters from downtown all the way to the fair.
Wow.
And they didn't bother to tell me because I would have insisted on picking them up and driving them. And of course, they're navigating through Frogtown, and you know, keep in mind, last year August is when we had the greatest. August and September we had the greatest number of homicides in St. Paul.
Yes, indeed.
So they're on these scooters navigating, and honestly, I don't know all the stories about the direction and the weaving and where they went, but they made it. That was a good thing. They made it, and my wife would say, and as she said our entire lives, it's all about making a memory. And I would say, you can make a memory getting hurt too. It doesn't mean it's a good one. So,
well, that memory has been now memorialized forever.
Well, her and my son, I'm sure, it was a great memory, and there's probably parts of that memory that they haven't even told me. That's a long way on a scooter.
No kidding.
So
now, once they got there, is there a way that they can
reserve their scooters?
Yeah.
I don't have the foggiest idea. But they tried, I think. But I don't know.
I could see one night maybe doing a little 7th Street bar hopping on the scooter.
We should do that. We should, what we should do is we should go to Walmart and get a little flashing red light that we could put on it. Flashing red scooter patrol. Scooter patrol. Scooter patrol.
Now that would be a memory.
Yeah.
You and me scootering down West 7th Street.
Well, the thing is, have you ever tried those, what are those things what are they called?
Oh, Segway?
Segway.
I never have.
I'm not that good at that. I guess once you get used to them, you're good, but they use them in the downtown beat. The officers actually use them.
Pretty
Segways there.
Regularly, I understand.
Yeah. And I love them. I love them. I like bicycles, but scooter would be good. I'm sure that can't be that difficult, right?
Well,
We'll
I'm
find
not
out.
sure. Oh, yeah, we
Well,
will.
I mean, they're everywhere. You gotta give the, and they pay people to pick them up. Then they go charge them. They pick them up and charge them.
Right.
Then they gotta pay them. They pay them to put them out the next morning. I hear voices.
Right at Allergy's. There's a crowd in the
Oh,
door.
for crying out loud. Nobody ever leaves.
Hopefully these are employees.
Yeah. We're everybody's friends. We're everybody's friends.
You know what they say? You know what they say? Love
Information for squad.
the police.
Dispatch on console 2 for shift change. Information at 219.
You hope for what? Don't get too close. Yep.
I'm broke. Y'all didn't hear that, did you?
No, but we did. And actually,
What's up? How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Good, how are
actually,
you?
And actually, we
real.
we
The cops
no,
always been
we
helping.
don't we
The big
don't
dog
get any
ain't-
closer, okay? Don't get any closer, okay?
Hey man, the cops have been cool.
I don't
as hell
have
with
any
me.
more
I
cash.
used to work for the police
We
department
gave
anyway.
our cash to a guy named
You can
Austin.
give me some shit.
We gave our cash
You guys are
to
the best.
see that we gave our cash to a guy named Austin.
Yep.
And
We've
they've
been,
helped me out, bought me food and everything.
yeah, we were giving him some food too.
Y'all did give him some money though, for real?
Yeah, we
For
gave
real?
$11.
brother!
The only thing
Boy, I love
I
you
got
guys.
is this unopened.
Give it here.
You want it?
Hell yeah.
It's very
Yeah,
it's
somebody
very
give me-
important to me.
Yeah, let me have that bitch.
You know what it is?
It's called money.
What is that?
Twinkie.
Twinkie. I'm going to give you my Twinkies.
You see my mouth watering,
There you go.
right?
There
You
go.
have no idea how huge that is that this man gave you
Oh, did
his
you always like that,
Twinkies.
though?
That was my go home dessert. But
Oh,
it's yours.
hell no. What time is you going home? Hey, you know what?
Right.
Those guys told me. Oh, okay, go ahead. They told me they're up there working. And he said they get paid good for the overnight.
Yes.
After they get off work, I was up there talking to some of the cops up there, right?
Yep.
He told me they pay them better than the police department pay them.
Yeah. They do.
To
They
watch
get,
the burn building.
they get time and a half.
Oh, is that what it was?
We got to run to the east side.
Gotcha. Get out of here.
Yeah, thank you. See you
All
later.
right, take
Enjoy
care
the
now.
Twinkie.
All right, see you later.
Clear system.
Wow. You gave up your Twinkies.
It was.
Small 315.
If I had a 5, I would have gave him the 5.
Can we get another squad over to 946 Beach to assist 314?
What's going on
What's
over
he
there?
got there?
Here's squad back, 946 Beach. Can we get 314 to 4? 4.
There's a lot of human beings on the road right now.
223. Report 202 Central. I think I've been there.
We're gonna go.
Affirmative. We're gonna wait for another squad to get to you, and we'll take them into custody for excessive violence.
Oh, they got.
223, squad back, 200 Warner Road, Lower Landing Park for disorderly. Caller wants to report a male that was harassing him at the homeless encampment in a Honda Odyssey. Caller states he's waiting for
Yeah, we got
officers in the parking lot.
a victim. Unfortunately, the girlfriend is uncooperative, but we're going off mom's statement.
Did they
We
have
just
custody
spoke
of it or
tomorrow,
not?
He gave us the go ahead, and we're going to be up there for
226
some
to report.
So
Oh, they're going to hold the house for 6 more.
give us one on the back to secure it, I guess.
Oh, that guy over there?
Yeah.
329. I can go with 314's call.
We're going to be making some kind of domestic arrest.
Suppose he's got a gun. 946 Beach. Male with a domestic with a gun. That's probably why they're waiting.
Okay.
Slide a bit, huh?
Yeah.
I know you're getting tired, old man. You know,
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Should have got a fountain.
I got recharged with my new Mountain Dew.
I'm gonna have to buy 2 Twinkie packs next time. Right?
Yeah. Just in case.
There's a central squad that can break. 202 to copy. 531 call. Cheer Street on a shots fired. We have one caller reporting 4 shots heard within the last 2 minutes. Nothing else seen or heard.
That's right where the problem was
That's
yesterday.
a good one. Because 522 we had cases.
323, put my back in pending.
So,
Let's squad back.
shoot.
224, I'm heading up. Copy. 202, I copy. 223.
We
226, put this call back in pending. From that shot fired.
need a car description. Same time. Same location. It's really weird. I think I'm gonna try to slide up to Uni here. If that's okay with you.
Sounds like a plan.
I didn't hit a curb. Well, there goes that squad. He's on the way there too. How's it look your way?
It is clear.
So, no description yet of the car. Very troublesome. Maybe they didn't see it. It's long gone by now, but last week the 522 people called.
224, have vehicles in the area here.
What do you say?
Couldn't tell.
224.
Maybe
Copy, vehicles in the area.
Vehicles in the what?
vehicles in the area. I don't get the context.
224. Alpha Yankee Juliet 631.
Well, we better check him out, huh? I don't know why that car didn't stop and back him up, but unless he was afraid of hitting something, which I completely understand. I don't know what's happening. Hard to say exactly what's going on here. This kid's a good cop. He's putting his mask on. Poor guy.
What's that?
226, can you add 055 Papa Charlie Charlie? 226 copy.
Well, I don't know.
Got this.
Obviously, they think that car might be involved, but we should go over to 531 Gaultier and just look at the streets for casings. So right here on the right was where 522, there were casings found right in front of 522 last week. So now we're talking 531. And of course, if you remember this call, there was an Asian guy living in the house here. Let's look for casings, huh?
Sure.
Where do we think? Last week they were in front of 522. There was I don't know. Was that car involved or not?
I'm not sure if that's this call or a different call.
Squad 217. 217. 202 to copy. 923 Payne Avenue. For 911 hang up, the caller whispered someone was in the house. When the TC asked if there were weapons, it sounded like they said yes, then the line disconnected. 217 copy. 300 I copy. 202, did you say Payne Avenue? Disregard, is there an east squad I can start to that? 300 and 316, you clear? 316, clear, we can take it. You're on ticket. Squad 202. 202. You call the comm center supervisor when you get a chance. Not emergent. Copy that. There's Central Squad that can break. Thomas and Gaultier for an in-progress domestic. Comp said he was assaulted by his boyfriend at the intersection, and then the line disconnected. 217. Copy. 211, I'm clear with the stuff, and I can head to that last one. Copy.
300, put me on pain.
234.
316 on scene.
At 234. Squad there in the area. 235. Seven. 217. Could you please do a call back? We're not seeing anybody out here. Looks like it came in from a 911 only phone.
Can you add 834 Victor Nora Alpha?
228 copy.
You gotta feel this once.
Feel what?
When you turn it on,
Yeah.
you just give it a tap.
Oh, you've got different. You can have an indoor light too. That's
Yeah.
Well, we didn't. We did not find any casings, although this is the same location. We don't even know if the car stop is directly related to the shooting, but we do know that let's see if the scooter collection, if he found any casings. We do know that there was a shooting here a couple days ago.
334 EOT.
522.
Copy, have a good night. 237.
We're gonna ask this guy. How long does it take to charge those things?
4 hours.
And you gotta go put them out again?
Yep, I gotta take them home and then I gotta get them out by 7.
Do they tell you where to bring them?
Yeah.
Did they change every day or not?
Well, it's like if there's a space available, I can bring it there. But like the closer it gets to 7, the less spaces there are. So the farther out I gotta.
Further you gotta go.
Yep. Kind of like
So you sleep for 2 hours or what?
I sleep pretty much like when I get home at 7.
Okay, not while they're charging. Oh, so you. All right.
I go all night and then I sleep most of the day.
Do you examine them just to make sure they're working or what?
I do. I report the broken, like the ones where the brakes aren't working.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will do weird stuff with them. Like I find them in the street, in the middle of the street a lot.
Yeah.
Especially downtown.
And how often do they break?
I mean, they don't break if you ride it normally,
Yeah.
but if someone like wants to throw it off the bridge just for entertainment, then.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine. I was telling a story about my wife and son using them, but I had another friend that used them once and she face planted. Has that happened once in a while? She caught a hole and she just fell. And the problem is, her instinct was to hold onto the handles, and so she literally face planted.
The first day I rode one, the brakes weren't working. I had no idea,
Yeah.
and the throttle got stuck. And I had my tailgate up.
Yeah.
I rode right into my tailgate and had a big lump on my head.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, these things are pretty dangerous if you don't.
Yeah. How fast did they go?
They go 15.
Okay. Well, good work.
Yeah, you too.
Keep it up. Have a good night. Thank you. Well, we got some information there about scooters.
Yeah.
300.
A friend of mine, Sandra
300.
Westerman.
Any way we can call the cops? We can't get into the secure building.
She's on a school board in Mounds View. She posted a picture of herself. Oh my goodness.
They also called for the 911 only number.
You know, the problem is if you're falling and you don't break your fall,
Copy.
you end up face planting. You know, if you do break your fall, you break your wrist. You know? So,
Well, maybe we won't scooter.
there's no right or wrong here. I don't know. So we're gonna head to the barn, but the long way. All right. 923 Payne. Comps said they can't talk much or they will hear him. Whispered there's an intruder in the house. Well, we gotta go. We gotta go to
Yeah, we gotta go to that.
Okay, 923 Payne. It's just south of Case. Could go either way. I guess we'll go straight.
Yeah, probably all the way to.
It's so dang confusing down there now. You know what I mean? How you get up there?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hearing that the SWAT call out. I'm going to call and get a report from Mike Martin. Call Mike Martin. He's our undersheriff.
217. 217. Could you please change our call to a disorderly, mark a GOA with 211, and put us out on a PPV?
Hey, Bob.
You're on live Facebook, Mike. So, but you have a report. Is there a successful conclusion up there in Maplewood?
Yes, so after quite a while negotiating with the suspect, he eventually came out after he broke a window to get a throw phone into him when we had broken off negotiations, and then he called back and eventually came out. So it's all's well and no one's injured, and the suspect comes out and the victim's okay.
Awesome. So
yeah, so a great job by all the agencies that work for our SWAT team as well as our negotiators. Just did an excellent job, and patience paid off.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Tell the troops thank you as well. Was Joe Steiner working there from Maplewood? Was he the sergeant or not?
He was there. Yeah, he was there.
All right. Well, we'll give him a ring.
Good to have him.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Well, there's the report on that earlier Clark call. Maplewood SWAT team eventually. Unfortunately, sometimes we got to let people know we're about to come in before they're really ready to come out, right?
Right.
If you don't let them know you're serious about coming in. So, all right. The beige Malibu was on scene at 6:55 Payne with teenage people inside. So, what the heck? We gotta probably check that out, huh? That's the beige Malibu, maybe from last night. What is that there?
That's
the car that we just saw.
That might be a Malibu, and 655 is behind us.
Yep, that is probably the Malibu. Oh, that's good. That looks, and it does. You're right. That I don't know. Joel Miller gave us a plate earlier. What the heck was that plate?
Delta Whiskey Kilo 803.
Yeah, I think that's it too.
That's a Honda.
Is it?
Yep.
Who's the driver? Can you tell?
Couldn't tell.
No, that's not good. We're looking for a Malibu. Well, we got several calls over here. We better get our radios on the right frequency now that we're over here.
.721 is the team, or 722 is the Eastern District office.
Yeah, just north of Minnehaha, because that's 720. So
653.
What's the flower out there?
695.
So let's just get this call squared away as to what we're looking at here before we go in there. La Palma restaurant.
I think that's it. Right
Teenagers looking for something as if they were going to throw it through the window. And they were in a beige Malibu, which was wanted in that shooting. So we don't see the beige Malibu. We don't see a broken window, although, is there liquor in there? What the heck? Might be beer. It's a little grocery store, but so we know there's a beige Malibu on the roll, and that's important because that's a suspect vehicle in the shooting at 1725 Rose. We don't see anybody here on this call. But there's also another call right up the road on Payne, 923 Payne. Someone's in their house. I'm assuming St. Paul is there already.
AJ, that's our.
So the beige Volvo from last night, they think is now a Malibu?
They do. What's that there?
Okay.
I don't know.
Clear right.
You
316.
better check on these people on Northern.
316.
Yep.
This is going to be clarified with 300. And you get some of the domestic workforce.
Copy 1194 Forest in the upper unit, 246.
Copy.
Clear.
246.
1194 Forest. There's domestic. I've been there. So, I think 960 is case, so we're going to 923, which has to be blocking it.
We're at 890
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, this is a weird call, though. 923 is there, but there's two. The two and there's a 923-1 and 923-2. The squad might have cleared this already. I don't know.
They must have.
What is that?
That is a Nissan, I believe. I'll take a peek at it here.
Yep. I got a lot of calls going on.
Well, it's got one plate on it and a different plate in it.
Well, let's run it.
300, you can send me the suspicious on Payne.
The one on it is Delta Zulu Alpha 008.
Delta
Copy,
Zulu
655 Payne Avenue.
Alpha
Report of 3 teenagers looking for something.
008.
It appeared that they wanted to throw an item through the window.
Delta
Three
Zulu
black
Alpha
male
008.
teenagers, thin built, wearing black hair. Here's what it says.
Lima Yankee Lima.
300, I can advise.
300 copy, 249.
Let's just get the back one for starters. I'm gonna back up. Am I gonna clear that door?
I'll copy.
Let's put your radio on channel 1. It's right there. So
Okay.
So Delta Zulu Alpha 008.
There's a Central Squad that can break.
Some
1368 Pleasant Avenue for an in-progress domestic. The caller's husband is threatening to come, waking up the kids for the last hour. His name is Kosal Tuam.
What kind of car is that?
Asian male, 40 years old,
It's a
5'9",
Nissan.
heavy build, wearing a maroon shirt with tan shorts.
This call must have been cleared already. That's the best I can determine. It appears that they cleared this one. I don't know what happened, but
223. There's Squad back.
it's not in the can anymore.
224.
Some kids over on Portland while we were
Squad 316.
1421 Portland. Juveniles tried to get into Comp's vehicle.
Came to the Pompano at the front door. Wasn't able to enter.
Ran them off. That car belongs to Victor Gutierrez. It's 2004 Nissan Maxima.
223.
Might be the old series of plates.
223.
And he just got the new
That's
series.
fire. We're going to be a report. Central.
Well, let's just
251.
head back to the barn.
213.
He cursed us with us last time.
So, there aren't that many
Sorry,
cars
yeah.
out here on the east side. We ought to be able to find a beige Malibu.
Send out to the LAC with adult female. And can you
But
let
Joe-
staff there know that I'm going
Joe
to
sent
need
us
a
that
wheelchair?
plate earlier. Can you look at that strain? I don't know. He's maybe he sent it to me. He said that they decided somehow there was a Malibu involved last night instead of the Volvo. That might have come out later. It was never put out on the air. But some investigative work determined that.
Nope, not in mine.
All right. As soon as we get a peek at this car, Simpson Arcade. Anybody out at 252 is unusual.
720 Romeo Yankee Zulu.
Romeo Yankee Zulu. This kind of car that our dads would drive, huh?
Yeah.
What
for
is
sure.
that? Like a old Buick or
I think it's a Lincoln.
Lincoln?
Lincoln or Mercury.
316. Bringing a voicemail on call next.
Might be a Mercury
Copy, thank you,
Marquis.
sir.
Go, 253.
It's a Mercury Cougar.
Oh yeah, they had a
213 arriving at the LAC.
series of them that were really
Copy,
ugly
I'm
like
calling
this
them
one.
Those old Mercuries and Buicks, they last forever.
Yep.
He must have decided just he's going to drive east. Oh,
Bravo 209, Yankee.
you got a flashlight?
Yep.
213, they should be en route with a wheelchair.
She's trained to be Sean.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 254.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. Everything good?
Yeah, we're all right.
All right. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Where, you, huh?
Curfew's not in effect tonight, is it?
Nope.
What's on tonight? Curfew? No. Hey,
I was just thinking maybe Cold Oak is in a curfew.
where do you guys live?
I'm one of my friends out Amy's.
Okay.
Are you guys cops or?
Yeah. Oh, we should put the red lights on.
Yeah, I suppose that would
Sorry
help.
about
Huh?
that. Sorry about that.
738 Winslow Avenue.
Are you Sean or what?
Color's child's father is refusing to leave.
Okay. Well, yeah, it registers to you. That's why I asked. Yeah.
Name is Kendrick Gilliam.
All right, have a good night.
30 years old, 6'1", wearing a black Nike shirt and blue shorts.
Yeah, the guy in the passenger seat was a little bit,
Charlie with 211 and all. Start highway.
hyped, huh?
A little bit.
Driver was
Copy.
sober, but the passenger was.
We'll start. Copy. 202, do you copy that as well?
Where are we going?
The barn?
Okay, we're going to the barn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means either we'll really make it there or
Yeah, it's
something's
3
going to
o'clock.
pull
What
us
time
away.
did we start? Second round. Just 12 something, right?
Yeah, it was about 1:45.
Okay. All right. Well. Are you guys cops? Yeah, probably should use the lights now and then, huh? Yeah.
No, we're just a couple of weird guys who pull up to strangers and ask them.
The funny thing about it is, though, you know what it's like. You spend so many years being a cop that people think you're a cop anyhow, right? Just
What's up with that? Oh, I'm not sure if that was a squad. I don't think it was, though.
what was he doing?
Turned his headlights off before he turned,
Up there?
yeah, to the north.
Should I go here or not?
Nope, I'd go right before that white car.
Okay, yeah, I know that's where he went, but I don't know if you want me to try to parallel.
He didn't look like he was
parallel-
going fast.
North on. So, that wasn't him, though, right?
Nope.
Couldn't have turned around
Nope.
that fast. But
I'll check right. Nothing there.
it's a little odd.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't have got this far, right? This is the third possibility, but look your way.
Male half left in a
On this
Volkswagen
first street to the
van.
left, there
For that
was somebody
cross,
standing outside of a vehicle.
intoxicated. Color also believes he's just going around the corner.
Nope, to the left.
Won't fight with officers, but remain free.
First one, or this?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking your first coming up.
My bad.
Squad 174.
Left, right,
And they're still standing outside the vehicle.
Yeah, they have Unite 257.
This one?
Yes, to the right here.
It was a small way down there. With those,
Right.
those legs
Right there.
down there, right?
Yep. They're standing right there.
Well, it was a sedan, though, right? They were looking for.
You know, I thought so.
It was black.
Hi. Did you see a car coming by here with no lights on?
Not recently, bro.
Okay.
You just scared me.
Sorry about that. You live right here?
Yeah, my girl does.
All right.
Copy your notes, 962
All right, have a good night.
Burn alarm. That covers the back.
Sorry to startle you.
It's all
Hello.
Could have been her, huh? I was thinking it was a sedan, just because it wasn't as high as
It was so far off, I
SUV.
couldn't tell for sure.
Ramsey County staff know to meet me in the garage.
Ramsey County staff maybe in the garage.
For a minor call to Sally Court.
Perhaps have a recalcitrant prisoner?
Thank you.
I like it. All right.
Maybe we just shouldn't say it. Maybe we should just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Bet he's enjoying those Twinkies.
300 TOA with 316
Well, he definitely appreciated them.
Yeah, it was good. Good that he, I mean, it wasn't like he didn't like them. This looks like the size car I thought it was. Nobody drives on main streets anymore because they don't want to be seen.
There's Central Spot I can break to Elizabeth and Winslow for marks an in-progress fight. 2 males are physically fighting. waiting for further information.
Let's run this plate. It's a good 40 miles an hour and a 30 anyhow. Echo Sierra Mike 300. Echo Sierra Mike 300. I know I've seen this plate before. Echo Sierra Mike 300. Coming back to where you saw it anyhow. You dropped somebody off.
Beat.
What kind of car is that?
Ford Focus, I think. No, not Focus. Fusion.
Energy squad to break. 1194 Forest Street in the upper unit for an in-progress domestic. Callers requesting medics. Say that she was assaulted and is unable to walk. Suspect's name is Tim Carroll. Waiting for more description.
Back the direction they came from.
This goes out to the... Are we gonna get that soon there, Chloe?
300, I'll respond.
But didn't somebody go to that call before? 1194?
Copy. We'll squad to break.
It was
We
given,
are getting medics started as well.
it was given out before.
Was it?
Yeah. Maybe they canceled because they had to go to those other Payne Avenue calls.
Yeah, this makes sense the way they're leaving.
6-1, I'll have there. Copy, thank you. 301.
Sanjay Kelton.
I still know my cars.
Yeah, it's good.
Except for that Cougar. Wonder if the suspect is still there on Forest.
We'll head right up there. We're right up there. Oh, no one answered when they were there before. That's what it was.
316. 316.
Now she's hurt.
Clear false alarm. Send us a domestic on Forest. Okay. 302. 226. I'm at Windsor Elizabeth. 226 copy. There's squad to assist.
Wonder if we got the description of the suspect.
228 from Caesar and State.
228 copy at 302. You can cancel on Forest, would you like? Copy, thanks, boss. Clear at 303.
I've been to this house before. It's right in this upstairs in this place here.
Yep.
I'll wait for one squad here to pull up. The medics are coming too, they said, right?
Yep.
The heck. Well,
211 on 226.
can't wait much longer.
Nope.
That's real.
I'll be back.
Be back. Listen a little bit, see what we can hear. Pick rock for us, really? Let's turn the lights off here first.
Two 211. Can you Echo Echo November 403? 305.
316, code 4 for medics.
Clearing a minute, 309.
Well, that's a regular domestic at that address, and we were able to get in. And then we left 3 St. Paul officers there to handle the case. They're very familiar with the parties. Medics are staging somewhere, planning to come in and treat whatever her injury was for her leg. But
You can both start to 1084 Arundel Street for a domestic. The caller was pushed by his ex-girlfriend named Cheryl. Parties are arguing. She had an open line and the cop was not answering questions.
Not bad.
311.
all right, we're trying to go home, but
217.
it's just
Please change this to a dispute.
I don't know, is that easy?
Central.
We never really worked past 3. What the heck? Hopefully those 3 officers can handle 2 people. So about 4 o'clock, the honest, God-fearing, hard-working, early morning people start hitting the road, right?
Yeah.
It's the 2:30 to 3:30 crowd. Granted, there's always exceptions. We always run into newspaper delivery guys.
Mm-hmm.
Usually riding on the wrong side of the street. Delivering their papers. Let's try to...
Echo Zulu Victor 545.
Yeah, it looked like maybe the passenger had a vest on or something. I don't know what that was. Oh, I think we gotta make a real attempt to go home now.
I think so. I think I'm going to sleep pretty well tonight.
Yeah. It's been an interesting night. I hope nobody's still awake watching us. You guys gotta get some sleep. The only good thing is I used to feel guilty working late on... Oh, it's not Saturday, it's only Friday, isn't it? I was thinking it was Saturday.
I've been thinking it was Saturday all day long because of our Thursday night ride.
I used to feel guilty about... Oh, no, the lights on. I used to feel guilty about... well, I had the parking lights on. About missing church in the morning if I was working late. But now you can't go to church anyhow.
Right.
So we're westbound of Maryland and Edgerton. We're both yawning.
Yeah, we are.
Still got a third of a Mountain Dew fountain left though.
Situated at Warner Road.
Thank you. You know, when we do our emergency vehicle operations training once every 3 years, I guess maybe now it's once every 5, but got a day full of chasing and driving through cones and reacting to lights. It's pretty good training. Whenever I see these cones, it reminds me of Serpentine, you know.
Yep.
But last year, one of our instructors decided that they were going to do Serpentine backwards. Hang on 1 second. So, of our officers was doing high-speed serpentine backwards. His name shall remain anonymous.
217.
And he was in a Tahoe. Tahoes are
This will
great
be
cars.
advised, and you can send us that domestic.
Anyhow, serpentine backward,
Back
and
at Thomas
he rolled it over on its side.
Oh
no.
He was assaulted
Yeah.
at that intersection.
So
He's currently at Western and University.
apparently the car has different dynamics when you're going backwards because those lead wheels don't turn. So there's 5 domestic calls in the city, several suspicious activity calls, burglary call. There's just a lot of pending calls going on.
And nobody available to take them.
We should probably just stay and clean up those calls. But it's not good to work too late either. What else can I say? There's still a car over there in the foundry lot. 3 o'clock in the
Yep.
morning.
Lights just went off, the exterior lights, so it's probably the swamper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, swamper. Tell them what a swamper is because we used to see swamper.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a dated term, but a swamper would be the person who cleans up the bar at the end of the night.
Yeah, I'm with you 90% of the time, but that whole parking lot is full. They don't have that many swampers. Something tells me there's some after-hour drinking going on here. So what do we got? That car, this car. Want you to be ready to be a swamper. Hi! How's everyone?
Oh, we're doing good.
You guys work here?
No, we're picking up her car. Yep.
Oh, your car.
Yeah, her car's right here.
Got it. All right, well, bar's closed, I think.
Yeah,
no, I know.
We're just picking up her car.
My brother works here. I was able to leave my car.
All right, very good. Have a good night. There's somebody in this car to get your flashlight.
Yep. Hello! You do the overheads.
She does.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you work here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got off.
You guys had a crowd tonight, didn't you?
Usually, but we have to control who comes in. So a lot of people are just waiting to get in.
Okay.
So that's why the parking lot looks full.
I got you.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What time do you close?
We close at 1. But lately we've been closing around, or doing last call 12:15, and we getting everyone out around 12:30.
Okay, because all the bars are closing now. Like, Allery's is closing at 1 now too. Everybody's looking for a 2 o'clock place to go.
Well, the 2 o'clock place to go around here is Warren's, but you need reservations.
Oh, you do?
Really?
Yeah, you need reservations. You have to call on basically, because you can only have so many people in. So they'll do like by tables, I think. That's how they do it. I'm not
Okay.
too sure. But they're open till 2. So that's where a lot of people end up going is Warren's.
Is there any place else open anywhere?
Not that I know of. Just Warren's that's open, like, at least around here is Warren's. Because the Lamp is now closed at 1. Allergy's is closed at 1. I don't know if this one bar down here that's closed at 1.
Yeah. The Minneapolis bars, I know the mayor has a rule where you can't sit at the bar. Is that?
That's not here.
No.
You could sit at the bar. You have to have your mask. You have to have our mask.
Yeah.
You can sit at the table. If you're at the booths, you could sit.
But are you getting more people from Minneapolis because they can't?
Nothing I know of. From usually what it looks like is just our regulars, the same crowd at night, the same guy, same people coming in.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, nice of you to visit with us.
Of
Thanks.
course. No worries. I just got off. I cleaned the bar too. So when I work nights, I stay in clean. So I'm just resting, checking my phone before I take off.
Well, we're just checking on you, but in the old days, people had swampers that would come in at 3 to clean.
Yeah.
So Pat was just saying that car's probably the swamper.
Yep, I am. I just got finished, so I don't have to come back tomorrow, and now I could just go home and sleep in.
Good for you.
On a side note, did you ever imagine in your life that you'd have to make reservations at Bourne's?
No, never. Not at that bar. Never. Never.
Have a good night.
You guys too. I like your car.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. She was very pleasant.
Yeah.
Once she realized we were actually the real police,
Yeah,
you gotta
you're
remember.
still in that mode of being in a marked car.
Yeah.
And everybody knows who you are. Somebody from Milton, Florida is watching.
Milton, Florida. Well, it's morning there, for crying out loud. Milton, Florida. What coast is that on? I'm a big fan of Florida, by the way. I haven't been there for a long time now because of the COVID, but
314, can I get the case number, please?
big fan of Florida. But every side of Florida has something nice about it. My personal favorite, Fort Myers, that whole stretch from Clearwater Beach all the way down to Fort Myers. I've been at every town along that stretch, that west coast. But also been on the east coast, just a little quieter on the west coast. So what was the name of that fort? Milton, did you say?
Milton, Florida.
Milton, Florida. Well, Milton, let us know what part of Florida that is.
Melbourne, Florida is also watching.
Melbourne, Florida.
Joplin, Missouri.
Oh my goodness. Whoa! Oh, he's just driving a little too fast. I know I know it's getting kind of late. I don't think we're gonna get out fast enough to catch him, though. What do you think? He is moving, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Too late for me making this stop, my friend. So, why did you do this to us? It's clearly slowed down now.
Yeah.
Well, let's get the plate just in case. We're going to counsel him anyhow.
391 Mike Golf Bravo.
You good?
Yep.
$2,400 traffic, Rice and Roselawn, northbound. 391 Mike Golf Bravo.
Just one Rice, Roselawn.
Maybe have a county car swing down. Little Canada.
2165 on Mike. 5183.
Run that plate, will you, too? 391 Mike Golf Bravo.
Back 86. Clear spots advised.
3324. anyone else on the customer check the area if it's suspicious, but we're trying to find. Oh, new one, 21.
Turn your copy for me now.
Okay, fine.
5114.
5114.
Squad's clear advised, and you can send me alarm as a third.
226.
$51.83.
5183.
Unsecure north garage door, no signs of force. We'll wait for 14 before we clear.
328. $2,400 house traffic. $2,400 house traffic.
I'm arriving. Let's go for it.
Yeah, 328.
5184.
5184.
Can you send me an AOA for the Maplewood incident on Clark, please? You can clear that out report, and I'm en route to the alarm on B-Boy.
328.
$5181.
5181.
Okay, inside clearing. I'll need for here.
Traffic clearing inside 330.
Say, you his cousin? Okay, you just have to stay away from the car just till we're done here, okay? Thank you.
We're close for.
You guys still live? You guys done?
Still live.
Oh, yeah?
Every time you say what's up in the barn?
That's what I tell them back at the spot. I'm like, "See, you're home by now." It's like, yeah, try to get there, right?
The man is a machine.
Well, at least it keeps you awake in the bachelor seat, right?
No kidding. I'm Pat Scott.
I'm Doug Hyder.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Yeah, I was thinking, you know, when I was chasing the car up here, remember that night we chased the one up to McDonald's? Yep. And we had to chase inside the McDonald's. I was telling you about the chase inside the McDonald's. He kept going in the loop. And then they were fighting with Roseville and the other deputy, and then I think my partner on his ankle. Oh, I know, I was there. And you really, and now I put in DWI, because we did blood off, fleeing, plus assault on a police dog, because remember when he first went to the window, he started punching the dog, and the dog disengaged and went back, disengaged. Actually charged him with wow. Yeah. So, usually they'll like, oh, we'll plead on this one, you know, but they actually got him on all three. First time I've ever done a circle in a drive-thru. Yeah. I didn't think the pursuit would, you know, fly because it was just a McDonald's parking lot.
I'll be damned.
And I didn't know if they would actually charge the guy with assault on a police dog, you know. But it's kind of like that game, you know, where you hit the heads. That's what it looked like. The guy had his window down and gave him command, wink it out after the little pursuit, wink it out. Couldn't see his hands or nothing, give him many opportunities, you know, give up, come out to us. Sent the dog engaged through the window on the guy's arm, but then all of a sudden you just saw the head attached to his arm, just going back and forth. Well, after a while, my dog just kind of like, screw this, I'm going to punch in the head, you know? So he disengaged, and he kind of looked at me, I'm like, you won't get him. And he went back in, did the same thing.
And then he disengaged after a little bit. Well, the guy got smart and rolled up his window. So then the boss and I went to the passenger side, put my dog's feet on the bench and went, get out of the car. And then another deputy in Roseville drug him out. Well, then he started fighting with the cops. So then I went around. I'm like, quit fighting. Kept on fighting. Just put him right on his calf. And then he gave up.
And they charged him with all of it.
I was shocked. And he refused the blood draw because we knew he was on something high, the way he was driving. It was kind of the same thing. Got him speeding up Ray Street, and I found him at McDonald's. And I was happy to actually charge him with all of it. So.
Nice.
Yeah. The best thing was he brought his son. He brought his son to roll call, I think it was like a week later. All of a sudden, he put him across the room and started laughing. And I'm like, what, Bob? What? And he goes, oh, I was just telling you a story about it. And I'm like, oh. His son was all impressed. Oh, is it?
Yeah. So, the orange tip is covered up. It looks exactly like one of those newer looking Uzis.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You accidentally cover that up with like a shirt or something.
It's a good idea to put that thing in the trunk.
Yeah.
Or have a real one and paint the barrel orange.
Yeah.
Yep. It's, some cops out, I think Florida, they found like a super soaker that was just a modified shotgun.
I saw it too.
Yeah.
Intel.
Yeah. Crazy.
Those two walking and she's driving, or
Walk-ins.
you made them mad enough where they're walking now?
Well, supposedly, well, Eli did tell him where he's going. There's an apartment up there where she lives in it, so they didn't want us to have all the facts.
No,
But he was shot. I sent his uncle David Lindsay, who was working for us part-time, to talk to him last year because he got shot twice, and we knew it was a gang-related deal. But he said it was a girl.
Oh, really?
He says, hey, we can't tell you the truth because we just get shot in the head. Sure.
David Lindsay still working for the
9174 in Central.
That was 6 months a year.
9174.
Oh,
We used to chase David.
I got to run into him.
If you can show just me clear for my call, and thank you very much to Roseville for the assistance.
You guys cleaned up the mess tonight.
All right, well, good to see you.
You too.
Good to
Take
see
care,
you.
guys.
Yeah, you
Good to
too.
meet
Nice to meet you. All right. Ticket issued for speeding. Young man that I actually had some contact with last year that had gotten shot twice last year, but didn't want to tell us who shot him. Still doesn't want to tell us. But you can saw that little fake child's Uzi in the back seat. You can imagine how we really don't like to see guns when we're walking up on a car. Encouraged him to put that child's toy, which looks very real, into the trunk.
An interesting thing, it did have the orange tip on the end of the barrel, but there is a trend that's been going on for a while now of where they paint the barrels of real guns orange.
Yeah.
And in fact, was talking to one of the other deputies who arrived about a Florida situation where someone actually took a super soaker squirt gun, took the shell of it apart, and had a 12 gauge shotgun inside of it. And to look at it, you'd think it was a Super Soaker, but it was actually a 12-gauge shotgun.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Pleasant enough and appreciated us. It's always good to go home on a night, last one, when people are pleasant to you.
Yes. And we've actually both known his entire family for all of our careers.
Yep. Eventually, most of them outgrow that life, though. I guess we just can't go home until this Mountain Dew is empty. Like I said, I don't write many takes, but that one needed to be written, so.
Yeah, that was pretty extreme.
What the heck's going on here? I don't know what's happening there that late. Maybe they're cleaning. They're all swampers.
There you go. They have a swamper crew.
Well, it's kind of whoever stayed up this late. I tell you what, you deserve a pizza if you watch the whole thing. Clearly, way too many hours for us and you. This is a record for how late we've worked. We probably close up at 4 o'clock. But you realize how many hours we worked yesterday? Think about that. 3 o'clock till 1, right?
Almost 2, I think.
I don't know, but that's like our old afternoon shift, 3 to 1. Remember when we worked?
Oh yeah.
3 hours. It was like a regular 10-hour afternoon shift.
I gotta say, I never understood the logic, because back then the bars closed at 1.
Yeah.
I never got the logic of a shift ending at bar
Right.
closed.
Right. I'm with you. Well, it's because they went from.
West Run Lake Road, Forensic Corporation for an audible alarm covering.
They went.
General Berg.
They used to go 7 to 3. Remember, we had 8-hour day shifts. Afternoons were the only ones that were 10 originally. Maybe you don't remember that. But
oh yeah.
Because the midnights and days were 8 hours. That was a terrible shift. And then the afternoons, we tried to overlap them both. So if there was, that was their concept of the 10 hours, to overlap an hour on either end.
Right.
So it's either 8 to 4, if you started at 3, you'd overlap, and then at midnight start at midnight. After a while, midnight started at 11, but back then it was midnight. It's going to be touch and go here, sports fans, if I can get Pat home before he falls asleep. When we were in the training academy, when I came on, I think Pat too, we didn't go to post. We went to 4 months plus of 8-hour a day training at the St. Paul Police Academy.
21 weeks.
Yeah, 21 weeks. I don't approve of that music next to us. But what was I gonna say?
The 21-week academy.
Yeah, what was something? Oh, well, one of the first things that they showed you in that academy was how important it was to stay awake. Okay, and so they showed you a film.
Oh.
Of a guy that 2-person car, they were on patrol, and all of a sudden the passenger is dozing off. Okay, passenger is dozing off, and all of a sudden he hears his partner's stopping a car, and his partner decides, well, I'm not going to wake him up. He's just dozing. Well, his partner gets shot, and he grabs the radio and he says, 134, 134, my partner's been shot. And then
they say, 134, what's your location? He had no idea what his location was.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Siri thinks I'm talking to her. But anyhow, the point is you got to know where you're at all the time. It isn't just staying awake. That's a big part of it. But it's also just knowing where you're at. Now, granted, most of these cars have automatic vehicle locators in them now anyhow.
Right.
And the truth is our radios also have the ability to transmit our location. So the people in the comm center can figure out where you're at. But it's a lot faster if you just know. You know.
Right. Yeah, that's that training video.
You remember that?
Sticks with me to this day.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? 43 years later, I remember thinking, what the...
And it is important to point out that the sheriff wasn't saying that because I was falling asleep.
No, but it reminded me. It reminded me.
My yawns reminded him.
Yeah, exactly.
That light always gets me, the red arrow to the right.
Yeah.
And
Well, what is it? 10 to 4. How many people are still with us on this thing there, Pat?
394.
Oh my goodness. That's 394 live stream viewers. And from what I hear, you can apparently watch this stream without actually logging on to Facebook. I don't really understand that technology, but people tell me they can click on the stream.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
So I don't know what the real number is, but I do know that I got to get like an Apple TV box for my wife so she can watch it on the big screen.
Supervising, fire just put in a separate call for that. Fire called accident.
Do you have to go upstairs?
I don't think so. I think I'm going home.
Can you give me like case number, please? Yep.
Oh, there's my yawn. So
217 is going to be 180792. Copy.
Let me see if I can, before we go home, let me see if I can just talk to my phone. Play the song Closing Time.
Playing Closing Time by Semisonic.
Okay. Put it right into the barn. It's been a great night.
It really was. This was fun.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
And to everybody who stayed with us this whole time, thank you. I hope you had some enjoyment out of this too.
We will see you next week.
One last call for alcohol.
And we are out.
Good night, all.